carrying on Matthew Boddington with the beautiful B2C. So here's the C-47 Dragamoot of Dakota Heritage on the roll. It'll be back with us a little later.
No, do, because I've got two jobs possibly coming up now. That's the thing, I can't be sure what hours and roster.
Richard is airborne once again with his top flight P-47 Thunderbolt, a Spectrum radio gear and a DLE 55RA for power, which obviously is 55cc, which is plenty for that model of that size. About 6 scale, 85-inch span, just over 6 scale, very slow.
We've been running last event we had both running. Oh right. Queuing up for the Queen Mary. Full all the time.
Yeah.
This was running all day well.
Yeah.
Bumper stuff. Right. Decided to picnic on my little track. All the places.
Yes, there's going to be somebody in
Such a lovely day for out Right then, have you been on the Queen Mary?
Yes.
So you know where we are then?
End of the runway.
Goes that way. Second one that way.
Yeah.
What's down there between the two trees in the distance there?
It's the bomb disposal, wasn't it? Is it bomb when they kept the bombs, isn't it?
It's the second squadron. Yeah, 2 squadrons on there. The second squadron's based down there.
Right. Yes.
They got 24 lengths down there, 24 up here. Yeah, it's a big place in its day. The
Yes.
perimeter track goes all the way around. But most of them still there, still being used for various farmers. What do you know about this Jeep? Anything?
Nothing about this particular one.
Do you know what it's called? That's that one. It's called.
Willie's Jeep, isn't
That's the one.
Yeah.
Is it a Willie's Jeep? Is it a genuine Willie's Jeep? You have to ask yourself. Now the difference.
Probably not if you ask.
No, I don't know.
They were made and licensed all over the place. And a genuine Willie's Jeep would have 7 slats in the front radiator grille.
Right.
If it's built on licence elsewhere, Spain, Belgium, whatever, Fords, tends to have 9. So if you see one that's got 7, it's probably
Yeah.
built. They're all genuine articles. They're all built
Yeah.
under licence, but that one was built in the American car Willis. And the name Jeep came from this as well. The first name Jeep came from this vehicle. Because it's the chassis number, it's got GWP.
Yeah.
So it was affectionately called Jeep. Didn't really have a name, just had like a model number. And they went to show it off on the steps of the Capitol building in Washington. They drove up the steps to show it off. And they got to the top and they went, "Oh great, so what's it called then?" And the bloke went, "Well, it's a Jeep." And that's how it got called. But Willys was smart enough to register the trademark Jeep. So if you look at vehicles today on the road, you have Jeep on the bonnet, it should have how many slats on the front wheel? On today's vehicles. If you ever look later, you can actually see that. We're looking at that now. Yeah. But yeah, so they got the trademark of Jeep. And yeah, it all sort of came from there really. But this one being a Ford, only because Willys couldn't keep up with the demand.
Yes.
And Ford were one of the three that got asked to actually produce a 4x4 vehicle. Benton got the original design, but they weren't big enough company to actually make them. So Willys being the second one, they got the contract, but they couldn't keep up with demand. Ford with certain people, they make some as well, the same spec, but yeah, but they've got mine. Yeah, that's how it's worked. There's loads and loads of variants.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little bit about it, but I think everyone wants one of these in a little man cave and they'll feel well about it.
That's right, I don't know when I'm going over it.
You know what, there's lots of people that drive, especially about at least half a dozen people that drive the Land Rover Discovery. They say this is a lot nicer than that.
Into a loop. The team's very active on social media. They can be found on Twitter at Wildcat Aeros. And indeed on Facebook if you search for Wildcat Aerobatics. Got any good photos of them during their display, do let the team know on social media. You might, they say, even win some Wildcat goodies if you send your best pics in. Here they are separating for the Wildcat Heart. In first with the Chipmunk. Ball at the ready. I don't think the batsman had much of a chance with that. Let's see how John Flynn does with the Queen Bee. Now here's Trisha Neville with the Jackaroo. I think that was definitely a time for Steve Carrington Porter's shot with the Tiger Moth. He wasn't quite.
First attempt at
under the first one, not going for the second one.
If the pilot isn't really confident, then they're not going to try and do both.
Well, that's one each so far. Fabulous. Just the one, yeah.
That was Steve Carrington Porter in the Tiger Moth.
That's Captain Neville.
Powering it through.
Fabulous. Okay, here comes the Sister Queen. Yeah. Not liking that one. Oh, a flat refusal on the first fence.
A type with the range to accompany the US Army Air Force bombers, the B-24 Liberators and the B-17 Flying Fortresses.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a quick result on the raffle tickets. If you hold a buff coloured ticket number 901, that's serial number 558677, that's buff 901, serial 558677. Please make your way to the pilot's entrance for Just Jane. You've won a ride in the Lancaster for 3 o'clock, just in 10 minutes, so please hurry over there now. That's a buff ticket 901 558677.
He's taken this aircraft far and wide across the UK and European display circuit since it's been in his operation. Indeed, he's gone as far afield as the Ela Berlin Airshow with this aircraft, in company with his good friend and fellow Mustang pilot, Rob Davies.
That's what it was.
This aircraft shares something in common with the Spitfire 16.
Right, then the Merlin's on Just Jet, once again firing into life. The aircraft, as earlier, under the command of Mike Leckie. And so there is Lancaster NX 611 back on its way once again, and recalling, as this always does when it taxis here at East Kirkby, the presence here from 1943 onwards of two squadrons of Bomber Command, numbers 57 and 630 squadrons. This aeroplane's continued activity really is remarkable when you consider that of 7,377 Lancasters built in total today, just 4 are capable of moving under their own power. We saw one of the other ones earlier, of course, the airworthy example of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. There's the other airworthy survivor, the Canadian Warplane Heritage aircraft in Canada, and another Canadian example that's capable of taxiing as well.
Aeroplanes. When you're in a real aeroplane, you have these dials telling you what is going on, like the speed and stuff like that, things like that. When we take off and land, we have to estimate that there's enough speed to take off. And when it goes to land, we have to we don't stall and things like that. But this way, you could pull out significantly higher height if you wanted to. Axial roll. 2. Very nice.
But if you've had fortunate enough to have a ride in Just Jane today, you can collect your photographs and certificates in the main hangar now. So if you participated in the taxi ride in Just Jane today, you can collect your certificates and your photographs from inside the main hangar. Thanks very much.
Running through low level, and 20 feet and the engine sounds just like a real one. And they behave similar to a real jet. They take time to cool up, so you don't immediately have to wait for the power to come on, the engine to spool up, and then the power will be there, particularly in the older engines. Pulling around Titan. Leaving the height off, feeling the elevators, feeling it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep flying now. And again, it's a perfect day. The weather's absolutely perfect for model flying today. Different blue and white. You can see the model, help see the model. Not too much wind. Models very susceptible to the wind, particularly the older ones, World War I stuff and things like that. Running through once again, low level, left hand. 360, quite a tight turn. Use the power to pull that round, to lose a little bit of heat onto the model, and completing the 360 and do some dots. It looks like it's just thrown the gear and it's like it's supposed to land, or do a gear pass, just check if the undercarriage is down, to the down position. Same thing again with models, we don't have to use the character, we have to run through to make sure the gear is down. Got through there, and then on the speed off, checking everything out, hold, put the
that makes this day happen here at East Kirkby. All those volunteers and crew that make up the running and restoration of the Lancaster and making it possible here, and the Panton family. So while we have a moment, ladies and gentlemen, let's thank everybody who makes that possible for us here with a great big cheer and round of applause, and long may it continue. But thank you very much.
Very well said indeed, John. The Panton family, well, without them, we wouldn't be here today to enjoy. Most US Army Air Force C-47s in the European theatre were used by the 9th Air Force, specifically the 9th Troop Carrier Command. And that was true of this one. It was built at Long Beach in California and delivered to the Army Air Force in December of 1943. The following February, it came to the UK, and it was assigned to the 438th Troop Carrier Group, based at Greenham Common in Berkshire. And at that time, it became one of about 50 C-47s that were fitted with snatch gear to pick up troop-carrying gliders from the Normandy battlefield and hopefully be able to reuse those gliders on future operations. Most C-47s had the gear removed against orders in order for them to be fully versatile for all the potential roles they could fly during the invasion, but not this one.
Simon doesn't know it's going to happen. So anyway, congratulations to Anne and Simon, Anne-Marie and Simon Thorne, married 23 years to date, Lancaholics down there on the flight line. Well done.
Well, it's a civil aircraft that we're about to see, but in fact flown by a military man, namely Royal Air Force avionics technician Phil Burgess. You may be able to hear the aircraft if you look up now to the left, you can see it. About to tip in to start his display, then comes Phil Burgess with the DR-107 One Design. The fact that this aircraft is a home-built design really makes its performance all the more impressive, but such is the level of the modern home-built aircraft that that's possible. Phil's owned this one since 2009. And apart from display flying it, he's also been very active on the national competition aerobatics circuit. He says he's won around 50 medals with the One Design. One of the most notable of those was the Queen's Cup Air Race Challenge Trophy. In 2011, when he flew a timed aerobatic sequence, he was judged the winner, even though he was up against a host of more powerful and, dare one say it, more expensive aerobatic kit. With his One Design, Phil won the 2015 Advanced National Aerobatics Championship at British level. As far as this particular aircraft goes, the majority of the build was carried out in Canada, about 90% of it, Phil says, before it was imported into the UK. And Phil's made various modifications to the original, given it 160 horsepower Lycoming Titan AEIO 320 engine.